This is news just in. We have pictures for you from the Jewish cemetery here in Nairobi along the Professor Wangari Maathai Road. And this is the site of the burial of Dutch tycoon who was killed and his body discovered a few weeks ago. That is Tob Cohen. Remember, this burial was slated to take place yesterday but failed to take off due to lack of enough priests. Apparently, according to Jewish tradition, and for a man of Tob Cohen and his stature within Jewish religion, he required 10 priests and 1 rabbi to conduct this funeral exercise or his final rites as he is laid to rest. So these are live pictures coming to you there from the Jewish cemetery as he's laid to rest. Remember, his wife, who is currently charged with his murder, had asked for leave from the court to enable her attend this service, and we understand she has gotten that leave and she is most likely here. His sister, Gabri van Straten, not here at the moment, had to travel back to Netherlands, according to what she termed as urgent business, as she had been in the country since Tob Cohen went missing in early July. Remember, his body was discovered in an underground water tank in his home in Kitisuru a little over a month after he went missing. This is a murder case that has gripped the country since the discovery of his body there. And now his body is finally being laid to rest at the Jewish cemetery here in Nairobi. Let's just see if we can listen in to some of the natural sound that's coming out of this. On your screen now are live pictures from the Jewish cemetery here in Nairobi. It's along the Professor Wangari Maathai Road. This is the burial of slain Dutch tycoon Tob Cohen. His body was discovered a little over a month after he went missing in July. You can see there Cliff Ombeta, who's a lawyer representing Tob Cohen's family, and his widow, Samantha Wairimu Cohen, who is currently facing charges of his own murder. Also present here following an application by her lawyer Philip Morgor to enable her attend this ceremony. Remember, this was supposed to happen yesterday afternoon. They didn't have the number of priests required according to Jewish burial rites. As we understand it, 10 priests were needed and 1 rabbi. And we understand yesterday 2 of them were not able to make it in time. They were in Eldoret and Mombasa, if I'm not wrong. And today they are here, they are present, and the final rites for Tob Cohen currently underway in a case that has gripped the country since this man went missing in July and the subsequent discovery of his body over a month later, his wife implicated in his murder. The sister, Gabri van Straten, not in attendance, said to have gone back to the Netherlands for a while, but you can see there's some security presence, and that there is Sarah Wairimu Cohen attending this final rites process. You also see their lawyer Dunstan Omari, as well as others. This is supposed to be a funeral service for close family. And of course, we await what happens with this case going further. And it just heightened after his body was found. And of course, she will then be standing trial for the charges of murder of her husband.
Se lo me hago. Chico está.
All right, live pictures from the Jewish cemetery here in Nairobi. Let me take you through that again. Slain Dutch tycoon Tob Cohen currently being laid to rest. His final rites underway. And if you've seen from the pictures there, those present and in attendance include his wife, who is implicated in his murder, Sarah Wairimu Kamodo, who got leave from the judge, Justice Stella Mutuku, yesterday, directing the Langata prison boss to facilitate her presence at the burial here. This is happening almost 60 days after he was reported missing. Remember, just about a month after he was reported missing, his body was found in an underground water tank in his compound, in his home in Kitisuru. This meant to happen yesterday, now taking place today, with all of the Jewish religious officials now present. We're informed it's 10 priests, 1 rabbi needed for this. Also in attendance, we've seen Cliff Mbeta, who represents the family, Sarah Wairimu, the wife or widow of Tob Cohen, as well as her lawyer, Philip Murgor. I believe we've also seen Danstan Omari, and this is a funeral service for just close family. And if you remember, there was a bit of a legal tussle before this took place until an agreement was reached between the lawyers of both parties, that is of Tob Cohen's sister and his wife or widow, Sarah Wairimu, and they agreed to have a joint ceremony with both of them being included. However, Tob Cohen's sister, Gabri Van Straten, not in attendance, said to have gone back to the Netherlands. Remember, she'd been here since Tob Cohen was declared missing. And she said she was to attend to some urgent matters back at home. But his brother, Bernard, will preside over this funeral. Apparently, according to Jewish customs, a brother buries a brother. And remember, Sarah Wairimu is yet to plead to the charge of murdering her husband, but she's due in court in the next few days, but currently here, present. And if you recall, late last week, Tob Cohen's will was read. We understand the details of that, that Sarah Wairimu has been left out. Obviously, opening another court battle. So there will be 2 court cases, one with her murder, being charged of his murder, and one with her fighting the said contents of the will. And it is said that after the burial, the contents of the will may be made public. But right now, the final rites for Tob Cohen currently underway at the Jewish cemetery here in Nairobi.
muda mfikia hapo. Ndio hivi. Acho que ele vai. Log fun, log fun.
This guy is ukisimama hapo uje huko kando kando kupatia mashine moja kofi na chini huko jenga kando ndio fanya button za moja ni kuteremka chini ndio bana hiyo kamba ni chini kama ama kujiva kupatia mgongo.
Once again, the pictures that you are seeing on your screen are live pictures, and they are from the Jewish cemetery here in Nairobi. This is now the final journey for slain Dutch tycoon Tob Cohen, who was declared missing in July. His body found over a month later in his own home in an underground water tank. His wife, or shall we say widow, has since been implicated in her murder. She is yet to plead to that murder charge, but her lawyer, whom you can see on your screen there with the sunglasses, Philip Mogor, applied for leave. Justice Stella Mutuku then allowed her to attend this burial ceremony. And it is being done according to Jewish rites because Tob Cohen did practice the Jewish religion. And you can see former MP Patrick Maruri, who's been a close friend of Tob Cohen, and you've heard him speak on this murder for quite some time now. The wife being implicated together with another gentleman, Patrick Karanja, and they're yet to plead to the charges of murder. For now, they have been allowed to, or at least his widow has been allowed to participate here. I believe it looks like Patrick Maruri, their former MP, is speaking, saying some words. We understand his brother, Tob Cohen's brother, is said to be here as well. His sister, who has been here from the day he was declared missing in early July, says she had to go back home to attend to some urgent matters. His wife being here, if you remember, there was a tussle, a push and pull over who would participate in this. But the lawyers of both sides came to an agreement, allowing both the sister and the widow of Tob Cohen to participate in this last journey for Tob Cohen. This has been a case that has gripped the country for a few months now, drawing out top lawyers in the country. And of course, it paints a murky world of fight for property, of alleged abuse within the marriage, and now a charge of murder against Tob Cohen's widow, Sarah Wairimu Kamodo Cohen. And she will be taking plea to that charge very soon in court. But right now, he is being buried, his final journey now, the last rites, in a ceremony being done according to Jewish tradition, which we understand for a man of his stature within the Jewish religion and Jewish culture requires 10 priests and 1 rabbi. They failed to reach that number yesterday, but all of them now available today, and this is what you are watching right now here. So some of the lawyers we've seen, Dunstan Omari from Sarah Wairimu Cohen's legal team, also Philip Murgor. We've also seen lawyer Cliff Ombeta, who's representing Tob Cohen's family. We've also seen some security presence. Of course, she is currently being held, that's Tob Cohen's wife, at the Langata Women's Prison, awaiting a plea in court over the murder. Remember, this is a case that has gripped the country for the last few months, and definitely one that will continue to do so as this case unfolds. Remember, the media has been gagged from reporting on investigations into the case, but definitely reporting on what is coming out of the court process